How did Operation Michael unfold during WWI? Operation Michael marked the beginning of the German Spring Offensive on March 21, 1918. This operation aimed to break through British lines on the Western Front in northern France. The Germans wanted to split British and French forces and push Britain out of the war before American troops could arrive in full strength. The operation kicked off with a massive artillery bombardment at 4:35 in the morning. This intense assault lasted about 5 hours and involved over 3.5 million shells fired across a 60-kilometer front. The bombardment targeted British positions southwest of St. Quentin and affected parts of the 3rd and 5th British armies. The Germans used not just conventional shells but also trench mortars and chemical weapons like mustard gas, chlorine gas, and tear gas. This bombardment caused severe damage to the front lines and disrupted British communications and supply routes. After the artillery attack, German infantry launched a large ground assault with overwhelming numbers. They used innovative artillery tactics developed by Colonel Bruchmuller. These tactics aimed to quickly neutralize enemy headquarters and communication centers, which paralyzed the defenders. The attack focused on a 40-mile front stretching from La Fère in the south to Arras in the north. Initially, the German forces made significant territorial gains, pushing back British defenders and capturing large sections of the front line. However, despite these advances, they did not achieve a decisive breakthrough. The British and Dominion forces, although heavily pressured, managed to hold key positions. German troops suffered heavy casualties in some areas for limited ground gained. The British Fifth Army, led by General Sir Hubert Gough, faced the brunt of the assault and was forced into a fighting retreat. French forces on the British right flank quickly moved to reinforce threatened sectors. French Commander-in-Chief Marshal Pétain dispatched divisions to support the British, while British General Headquarters alerted additional divisions for counteraction. Operation Michael continued until early April 1918, but the initial momentum slowed as German forces became exhausted and their supply lines stretched thin. The offensive ultimately failed to achieve its strategic goal of knocking Britain out of the war. The German army had used up much of its reserves and offensive capability, allowing the Allies to regain the initiative later in 1918. Operation Michael unfolded as a massive German attack that combined artillery, gas, and infantry tactics to break the Allied lines. It caused severe disruption and territorial losses for the British but did not succeed in delivering a decisive victory. This operation marked the start of the German Spring Offensive, shaping the final year of World War I and forcing the Allies to adapt and eventually counterattack.